mein Name ist Frau Ingeboerg und you definitely know me from some other videos on this channel. Now, today, Refashionista Sherry has another DIY in her 30 days of Refashions for you. And I think today it is maybe a 2 für 1, a 2 for 1 tutorial for you. So you're very, very lucky. And you know something else? You know I am a teacher, yeah? I am a teacher. And I am a very, very good teacher. And I think you need to be taking the e-courses that are linked below. Refashionista Sherry's e-courses are fantastic. They teach you everything you need to know from start to finish to create and refashion and remake your own sustainable wardrobe that is exactly your taste and style. And that is perfect. She also shows you how you can make money from your items you do not want anymore and the items that you actually make. So click the link below, go check that out and enroll in her e-courses and onto the tutorial.
So, as Frau Inge said, this is going to be a 2-for-1 refashion because I am going to refashion this sweater dress that I made just a few tutorials ago, and I shall link the tutorial down below so you know exactly what I'm talking about. And yeah, I think we're going to start with the top and then we will move on to the bottom bit. So let's get going. So the very first thing I have to do is remove the top from the bottom. And yeah, I started to, use my trusty little seam ripper here, but I stitched this on so very well that it would take me forever to remove this. So I think I'm just going to chop it to make life quicker and easier. So I have popped the top inside the bottom and I'm just going to cut it right as close to the seam here as I can get, effectively removing this whole piece that is stitched. So I highly recommend popping over to the original tutorial so you can start transforming your bulky sweater by first making the sleeves shorter, because we're going to use the chopped bits from those original sleeves to finish off this chopped bottom of the sweater now. Okay, so I have those last remaining pieces of the chopped sleeves inside out and laid flat together with those bulky seams lined up, because the first thing I'm going to do is chop off those bulky seams. So I now have two pieces that look like this. And of course, I can't really use this curved part up here, so I'm going to again lay the pieces together and chop off that curved top. Now, I'm not big on measuring, but with this one, I think I have to. So I'm going to measure the width of my two pieces here, and it is about 22 centimeters. And when I compare that with the width of the sweater, which is 60 centimeters, then I think I can kind of figure out that I'm going to need 3 pieces of this in order to wrap all the way around the sweater. So that's what I'm going to do, and we'll probably even end up with a little bit extra, which is never a bad thing. You know what's even easier than faffing about and measuring with this? Well, now that I know I need about 3 strips, I just accordion folded this into 3 even-ish parts, and now I'm just gonna cut them. Alrighty, so I just went and kind of held these up to my sweater bottom, and I think I actually am only going to need 4 of these, so I'm going to stitch these 4 all together into a nice long strip of fabric. So my nice long strip of knit fabric is done, and it is more than long enough to wrap around the bottom of my sweater. So I'm just going to go now and hem up one of the raw edge sides here. And I think I'm going to stretch as I stitch to kind of create that wavy, cool lettuce hem. How awesome did that come out? And full disclosure, I have not done a rolled lettuce hem for so long that I actually had to refer back to my very, very oldie but goodie Life on the Zigzag self-published book, actual book from, what is this, 2012. This was my first attempt at kind of doing anything. And I actually only started my blog in 2011. So this was a pretty big undertaking for me. And it has over 50 tutorials in here, including all the different stitches and the rolled lettuce hem. I mean, it is fantastic. And then here's the back here, and it really, really is a real book. There's the ISBN and barcode, and of course, all of them are sold out. Like 2012 was a really long time ago. But in 2017, I did update it, and I released the digital version of this, which you can get on my site. I will link it down below for you. And it's just awesome. I love looking back at this because there's so many amazing tutorials in here. So, I mean, even I can't even. There's so many awesome tutorials in here. And even when I was first starting out, I mean, I came up with some pretty cool stuff. So definitely check this one out. So here I have the back of the bottom of my sweater, and I am just going to start at one of the side seams here and just basically, you know, pop it together with the right sides facing and the lettuce edge here facing up, because then when it comes down, it will be the nice little ruffled bottom of my sweater. Yeah, and I'm just gonna stitch it on. Well, I was not paying attention and I stitched this on backwards. Luckily, I didn't get very far before I noticed my mistake, so I'm hoping I can remove this and just start again. You guys are not going to believe this, but I just freaking did it again. So I'm going to go and eat something, and hopefully that's going to help my brain a little bit, and then I'm going to try again. Okay, on the third try, I finally got it stitched together properly, and it looks great. And I took another bit of advice from my old self, and all along here, I did the stitch in the ditch. And that is simply when you just stitch over that outside seam, and it helps it to lay a lot flatter, especially when you are sewing with knits and you don't have a fancy serger. So now let's move on to recreating this chopped bottom. Now, a couple of you on the original video had commented that maybe I should try putting some kind of fabric through here to see if it would help, you know, make the dress look better. And that idea inspired me to transform this bottom half into a bag and then kind of weave the bag strap through these giant grommets here. But because this is chopped, the first thing I'm going to do is cover up and conceal this chopped edge here with this cute little binding stuff. And all this is a chopped dress belt that I've had in my stash for literally years, and now I finally get to use it because it's brown and kind of orangish, so it's perfect. So now I have that raw edge all bound up, and it's not perfect, but you know what? It'll do. Now I went in my stash and I found this curtain fabric, and I've had this since 2012. Seriously, 2012, and it is the remainder of a curtain that I transformed into art, and I still have it, so here it is. Hey, Bub, how you doing? You look pretty fancy with your haircut. Hey? Yes. Oh, what a handsome man. Oh, what a handsome man. Here you go, a nice armpit scratch for you. Hey, you're handsome. Yes. Yes, you're handsome, man. Okay. And look at that. There is the rest of that curtain. And I made that when I was still living in Berlin way back in 2012, and it is, yeah, the rest of that thrifted curtain, and I do have a tutorial, so I shall link that down below for you. And it did come all the way over to Canada, and look, it matches absolutely perfectly with my fabtastic space age thrifted chair. So I think this should be more than enough fabric to create an interior lining and a strap for my soon-to-be bag. So I have my curtain fabric folded in half, and then I'm just gonna grab this exterior of my bag and line up this edge here with this edge of the fabric, because I'm not going to have any lining on this part. This part is going to be what gets gathered up with the strap. So I just need the lining to be under the sweater part of this bag. And now that I have that all lined up, I'm going to go, and you can see here, and I'm just going to chop it all to size. So now I have my two interior bag lining pieces with right sides together, and I'm just going to stitch the sides and the bottom up, leaving this top part open. So the interior part of my bag is all stitched together now, super simple, and I went ahead and I boxed the corners. And to do that, all you do is basically slide your hand down one side. I like to take 2 fingers and put it into the corner and kind of spread it open a little bit like that with my fingers, and then pinch it so you have kind of a triangle shape, and then you just go stitch straight across. And when you flip your bag, then you have these lovely square edges here, and it just helps the bag to kind of keep its shape a little bit more nicer, I guess. And while I was doing this, I also stitched up the bottom of the sweater here, and I boxed the corners of that as well. So now let's go put it all together. So I have my liner fabric popped inside of the exterior fabric here, and I have the wrong sides facing. So then I'm just going to go and stitch all of this together. So look at that beautiful interior fabric. It is all stitched on, and I mean, this bag is actually quite huge, very, very roomy, which is awesome. So now let's go sort out that strap. So I stitched a long piece of that remaining curtain fabric into a tube, then flipped it right side out, and this is what I'm going to use for my strap. So I think the easiest thing here, I'm just going to start going and putting it through the grommets, weaving it in and out, and yeah, then I'm just going to kind of figure out which is the best side to pull it all through, and we'll see ya when it's all styled up. How totally cute is this now? I mean, this is so much better as a top than as a sweater dress. I'm definitely gonna wear it like this way more often. And it also looks, of course, fantastic with my super crazy high-waisted jeans. And yeah, the bag's actually pretty okay as well. It's just kind of a big slouchy bag. I put a pillow in here because if I don't, it's just kind of like, just like vroom. So it needs something to fill it out. But I think this will be a really great bag for, I mean, even shopping, because it's super duper sturdy with this curtain fabric as the strap and the lining. It is, I mean, it's cute, it's functional, it is what it is, but the sweater is mwah, magnifique. Anyway, I am absolutely in love with this short cropped, short sleeve sweater now. It is so cute, especially with the adorable little wavy lettuce edge hem, which is all thanks to
my oldie but goodie, Life on the Zigzag, very first self-published book. Thank you very much. Anyway, as I said, this is available in digital format over on my site. Link will be down below. And there's over 50 tutorials in here, and they're evergreen. They work for any time. It doesn't have to be, oh, this book was in 2012, so this is old now. No, it's refashioning, so forever they will be valid and useful. So go download it. It's awesome. And yeah, we're on, this is now, guys, it's the second last day. It's the second last day of the 30 days of Refashions. And I can tell you, I'm actually really exhausted. This was a massive undertaking to be putting out a tutorial every single day, because honestly, it usually takes the bare minimum of 3 days to do one tutorial. So that is an insane amount of work that I've been doing. And I kind of came up with this idea in about mid-August is when I started working on it. So it's, yeah, it's been a lot of harried editing and crazy late nights getting all of this done, but definitely worth it, because I think I've shared a load of really awesome tutorials, but you let me know what you think down below. And yeah, until tomorrow, when it is the very last tutorial in the 30 days of Refashions, stay safe, stay well, and I'll catch ya on the zigzag. Oh, so cute, so cute, so cute. It's so cute.
This is Confessions of a Refashionista.